Aquarius, welcome back to my channel, Heart Warriors Tarot, and we're going to be doing your tarot reading today. This reading is for anyone who has sun sign, moon sign or rising in Aquarius, or it could be for you also if you just feel very connected to that Aquarius energy in some way or another. Okay, let's get straight into it. I'm going to chime the singing bowl. Just take this moment to focus on the note and on any area of your life you would like some help or guidance on. Okay, dear Spirit, Angels, Guides, what messages or guidance would you like to give Aquarius, please, today? What messages or guidance would you like to give Aquarius? These readings are timeless. Please bear that in mind. They are suitable for you whenever you happen to come across them, if you resonate with them. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Look at the two cards that fell out. We have a situation where we are thinking about or needing to walk away or leave something behind, possibly of a romantic nature. There is something that is no longer working out. This may have been something that you did in the past. If it's not someone or a situation that you need to leave now, it could be somebody or a situation that you left in the past. It is looking to me like it is a romantic situation more so than anything else, and it could be coming up again at this time for some reason or another. Perhaps a particular situation has resurfaced, or perhaps this person has resurfaced. Whatever it might be, there seems to be some kind of cyclical pattern that is coming around again. Yeah, and it's leaving you feeling a little bit like you are bound to someone or bound to a situation that you maybe don't want to be bound to. You want to be free of it. You want to leave it behind completely, perhaps, but you do find yourself here in this situation of the Eight of Swords, feeling a little bit trapped by it and not quite knowing perhaps what to do about that. There could be the legal system involved here with the Justice card, so it could literally be a matter of time. This could be something, for example, like a divorce that needs to play out in the courts, and therefore it's going to take months or years to actually finalize, and you've already perhaps left it behind in some ways, and yet in some ways you cannot leave it behind because of this timing and the issues, the legal issues perhaps that need to play out. If it's not legal issues, then there is some kind of karmic rebalancing that is needed, some kind of balancing the scales. So that is the reason for any kind of hold up that is taking place. Yeah, there's the Chariot. The Chariot does suggest that you will be able to move forward soon, okay? There is coming a period of time where you can just kind of take off in the direction you might more so want to. It's like you've got to go through this justice process first. And like I said, this is either a rebalancing of karmic scales, or it's going through the legal system itself and actually having to formally address that and go through some kind of process. That's what I'm getting here. Let's see what else is coming out. Time, patience. Yeah, we need to wait this out in some ways. It is looking like a time issue. It is looking like it's about things playing out in the right order. And the High Priestess, you know, some things are kind of unknown at the moment, and it could be that you don't know how long this process is going to take, or when it is that you're going to see the end or reach the end. I am getting, you know, this feeling of movement with the Chariot, and what I'm seeing in my mind is actually visitations. Like, you know, it could be this person just coming back to visit or wanting to make visitations. And then I'm also seeing perhaps just a lot of toing and froing, like having to go from one place to another and one place to another. I'm not sure if that's you yourself or this other person that's involved, but there's a lot of movement here with the Chariot, and the word upheaval is coming to mind for me. So there is a sense of upheaval, either there has been in the past or there kind of still perhaps is a little bit. It's still playing out. There is a feeling here like you can't quite settle, you can't quite find the peace here. Everything is not, it's not up in the air, but it's just a bit hectic, and there is that, like I said, that sense of upheaval, moving to and fro. And I'm really getting that word visitations. That's kind of what I'm seeing. So there could be an issue here with visitations, you know, specifically if we want to take the word literally. Yeah, okay, so we're having this Six of Coins falling underneath this Justice card. So there is a sense here of some kind of rebalancing of the scales that needs to happen. Now this could be a karmic rebalancing, like I said, but it's also looking like here that there could be a need for an equal split of money, or that there are still negotiations taking place with regards to the split of money and which way we want to go with certain things. Are you receiving the right amount? Maybe you need to look into what is not being said about the right amount or the amount that's been given to you, because you've got to have the High Priestess next to this Six of Pentacles, and the High Priestess can sometimes signify secrets, things being held back from you, things that are unknown, things not being shown to you. So it might be an idea to maybe ask to see some financial figures, ask to see the books, that kind of thing. It could also be the other person is asking this of you, and that could be one of the reasons for these visitations or needing to go to meetings, for example. It could be that word. If visitations doesn't quite fit your situation, meetings is another word that's coming to mind for me. Going to and fro, going to meetings, having lots of meetings. That's kind of what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling here. And we have these kind of slightly authoritative kind of figures with these major arcana cards. We have the, you know, well, first of all, the Justice sitting there on this throne or her throne, just looking very regal and very in authority here. And then we have the High Priestess looking that same way. And then we have the Chariot. The Charioteer also is looking like very much he's in a position of authority and leadership here. So there is that kind of authoritative element to deal with in this situation. And it really is a case with this Nine of Wands of battling it out until the end. The Nine of Wands does allow you to have a little bit of a rest. It could be that you have had a bit of a rest from this in the past, but it was never going to go away completely until it's finished. So it's rearing its head again. And it could be that that's why I said right at the beginning of the reading with these 2 or 3 cards that there was a feel of things coming round again, like a cycle, not exactly repeating, but just coming around again, that cyclical energy. So if you have had a period of rest, like a break from it, that's all well and good, but it's sort of time to, I feel, get back onto the saddle, as it were, and reach that finish line. Okay, so we are needing to move forward with this, I think, and finalize this financial situation or whatever the legal implications might be that need to be finalized. If this is happening to you on a much more etheric or spiritual level, then everything I said can still apply, but we're thinking about it more in terms of karmic balance, karmic rebalancing, and a kind of karmic justice. Okay, so in that kind of sense, we're looking at a much more abstract plane where you might be dealing with soul contracts or past lives and you know, so on and so on. But at the moment I'm reading this on a bit more of an earthbound level. Okay, it's like we're dealing with separation here, possibly divorce, something that has to go through some kind of authority possibly the legal system, the actual legal system, and there is a lot of movement in this, but it's not the movement that you want. It's not like the kind of movement that has taken you forward to where you want to be necessarily, but it still is movement, and it's the kind of movement that I feel is quite necessary. So like I said, if you need to have visitations, if you need to have meetings, it might be that you actually need to do these things in order to move ahead, because it feels like it might not move ahead without these things. The Nine of Wands is about thugging it out. As my daughter likes to say, that's one of her current favourite phrases, thugging it out. So it is a little bit like you need to thug it out, and actually just kind of get to that finish line, keep on going like that, like this wounded soldier. But you know, one of the key words of this card is resilience. So it is about having the resilience to actually do what needs to be done. There is, with this Six of Coins here, a definite need and want to finalize. I do feel it's financial, something to do with money, especially because we've got that Seven of Pentacles here. So there is some kind of money that needs to exchange hands and be finalized, okay? And make sure you're in the know about what that is. Ask to see the books if you need to see the books. You know, ask for the information you need to make sure that this is as balanced as it can be. Okay, let's bring this reading to a close. There's been a big transformation here. So again, I'm getting the feeling of divorce. I'm getting the feeling of a big relationship change up that has taken place in the past. And you know what? This Three of Cups is a really lovely card coming up here. I feel like you are absolutely in the right place emotionally that you need to be and that you want to be in, okay? So whatever happened in the past with this separation of this relationship, this moving away from that marriage, for example, or you know, however you feel that more so fits into your life, okay? It doesn't have to be a legal separation in terms of marriage itself. You know, we all live together in very many different ways nowadays, but it will be something along those lines, okay? However it is that happened, you have brought yourself to a very, very good place because of it and despite it, okay? So I feel like you are actually in quite a good place. It's just this rest of this stuff that kind of needs to play out. I don't know if you can see the cards here. Let me move them up a little bit. I often forget how small the screen is on the camera. Okay, we've got Temperance and we've got the Emperor. So again, there is a need for justice and authority to play their cards, okay? And there's not a lot that you can do. Well, I'd say there's not a lot that you can do to actually speed that up. There is. And again, I'm getting that word visitations and meetings, okay? I feel like you actually facing that head on and making those movements to activate those meetings, visitations, whatever it is that you need, that toing and froing that I'm sensing and seeing in my mind. If you can do that, that is kind of what's necessary in order to get this whole process moving on and to some kind of completion. That's really what I'm feeling here. And once that's done, you can finally start to make headway. You may have to be very forthright, okay? If you need to take a closer look at financial matters and to see what those books are saying, you may have to be very forthright and assertive about making that happen, okay? Take action and make that happen. And let's put like this last card just to kind of wrap everything up. Look at that. That's really nice because, you know, we had the last card for Geminis. We have this as the same last card for you, Aquarius. The Six of Wands is the victory card. It's the success card. It is also a card about movement. Again, that it tells me that this movement of the Charioteer is necessary. So please activate the things that you need to. Be assertive and make them happen. Don't shy away from the meetings and the visitations you might need to have, but take the bull by the horns and absolutely go for it 100%, because that is the only way that you are going to kind of make all of this move in the direction you really want it to. You have to face it head on, okay? And yeah, like my daughter likes to say, you need to thug it out. You need to thug it out. It's you know, if you can do that, I feel that is the answer, okay, to making things move in the direction that you really want them to move in. So that is quite succinct in some ways, and I'm going to leave that reading there. I do like my readings to be quite grounded and practical, so I hope that helps you on your way in some way or another, Aquarius. Take care of yourselves, have a fantastic day, and I shall see you next time for the next reading. Bye bye.